Hey, what's going on? What's good? How's everyone doing? Hope you guys are having a great day. All right, I want to talk to you guys about lobbyists. Why in the world do we still have lobbyists? Now, it may have been started with the greatest intentions, but unfortunately, now all you have is these multi-million, multi-billion dollar companies that send these lobbyists and end up, in a way, basically buying our politicians, by through donations and this and that. So at the beginning, when lobbyists, first emerged onto the political scene, if you will, yeah, it was a good thing because your average human, your average citizen could go and talk to, their representatives and, uh, you know, tell them their grievance and whatever and continue on. But it's morphed into this like corruption, between, and it's not just the companies, it's also these, billionaires, and that's in the lobbyists as well. That's how they get these little tax breaks, and you you see that there's so many billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, uh, some other ones that basically pay no taxes. And why is that? Because they send their lobbyists and they donate to the politicians, through the lobbyists, and they get the little loopholes and the little, oh, you're excused from doing this and you're excused from doing that. It's the same thing with the companies, It's absolute corruption. And the way I look at it is we need to get rid of lobbyists. We need to get rid of them completely. They are absolutely useless to us as citizens, to we the people in this country. It makes no sense for us to have lobbyists anymore. And like I've said, the communist left, the Democrats, that they got their own agenda with that, with the communism and what they're trying to implement through all the policies. So they're gonna be corrupt anyway. But at least the Republican Party could start doing that and say, you know what, we're not gonna accept money from lobbyists anymore. We're not gonna let lobbyists buy us, basically. Because in reality, our representatives are not representing us. They're representing the lobbyists and the millionaires and billionaires, So what can we do? We can start calling and flooding our politicians, emails, phones, just everybody needs to call and say, y'all need to stop taking money from lobbyists, plain and simple. Because it's just the corruption, it's a scheme now, So get rid of them. We need to get rid of lobbyists. And honestly, if I was running for Congress or senator like that, I would be running on. That would be one of my main points, one of my main things. Get rid of the lobbyists. Now, let's talk about the unions. Same thing with the unions. They think somehow that they're more important than the American citizen, than the American people. You have, like, for example, let's take teachers unions that are pushing this CRT crap. So while the teachers union is pushing this CRT nonsense, this divisive, hateful, racist theory, because CRT, critical race theory, it's a theory. But the teachers are like, oh yeah, we got to push this, and the propaganda. And why is that? It's because of the union. I'm sure not all the teachers believe in that crap, but their contracts probably, have some kind of thing in there. Oh, you can't say nothing bad about the union, and or we'll disown you, and we'll make sure you never work as a teacher again. I think a lot of the teachers need to stand up as well, and like whistleblowers, blow the whistle on these unions. They think that they know better, and like the teachers union, for example, they think that somehow they have a right to teach our kids whatever they want. No, you don't, because they're our children. We have a right to tell you what to teach. Why don't you focus on math, science, history, real history, not the crap that you're trying to push. You know, I mean, when you have people saying that math is racist, and you don't have to, if you force people to come to the right conclusion, the right answer in math, oh, it's racist and you're a racist. Wait a minute. Has any of these teachers unions thought, well, we might want the right answer when it comes to especially math, like, for example, engineering, infrastructure. You're building a building, or you're building a bridge. You don't want it to collapse, right? Or a plane. If you don't have the right math, you build a plane, it freaking falls out the sky because you didn't use the correct math, because now math is racist. And you can go on and on towards like the engineering sector, the unions. It's all crap. Like I don't really think unions really do anything other than donate to the communist left. Again, it goes right back to lobbyists, and they all like work hand in hand. The lobbyists, the unions, the communists on the left, aka your little Democrats. Rats, get it? At the end, it's rats. It's a reason why it's spelled that way. So, why are we putting up with this? Why are we putting up with these unions that only care about themselves and not the actual person that is doing the work? Let's take, for example, you have so many companies that are pushing this union, and you know why? It's not just the companies, but the communist left are pushing all that, and unions are so important, and we gotta stand by our unions, and even some Republicans. Why is that? Why is it? Because they're getting to that mindset of, the collective. So the union, goes hand in hand with the state. I'm not saying the individual state. They want the entire country as a state. The state over individual. The collective over the individual. And that's not good. The state, aka communism, they use the same type of language. So when it comes to lobbyists and unions, we need to get rid of the majority of them, because the majority of them are corrupt and only care about themselves and pushing the same old crap that the politicians are pushing, the communist bull crap. They think that somehow if America would only be communist, all of a sudden we're gonna be, they're gonna do it right, and the state is so important, and all this other crap, and the unions and all these other companies that are just going along with it think that, hey, if we just shut up and go along with them, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. But they don't realize that you no longer own that company. The government owns the company. The union will be owned by the government. So whether you can have a union all day, if it's owned by the government, what's the point? There is no point. It makes absolutely no sense, guys. To have unions and lobbyists, I think, is doing so much damage to our country, is doing so much damage to really our Constitution and our individual rights, because we're getting our rights taken away little by little, and these people, like I've said, they don't know anything about communism. Just because they read Karl Marx, they think, oh, I'm an expert now in communism. No, you're not. You're an actual idiot. You think you're an expert, but you're not. So just call the crap out of your every politician, Congress, Senate, everybody. Tell them to get rid of lobbyists, and we really need to rein in unions as well. Like I said, even unions, same thing with the unions. They may have started with the greatest intentions, but that's not what it is now. Now it's all about somehow working together with the state, aka the government, and implementing this tyrannical autocracy that they're in charge, that, you know, the government's in charge of everything. They own businesses, they own the land, they own the houses, they own everything. And then the unions are like, yeah, you know, yay. But they don't realize that most of them would probably be gone in a second. So call, like I said, call every freaking politician, email them over and over and over again. Flood their phones, flood their emails with this. Because I don't think they get it. I don't think they get it, because this corruption has been going on for so long now, you know, with politicians, lobbyists, unions, etc., that they don't really understand what's going on. They don't really understand the American citizen. They don't understand we the people. They've lost sight of that. You know, there's a perfect example. There's a video of Hillary Clinton when she was running in 2016. She went to an average person's home, and the look on her face, that it was like so small, and like the way they were like she was stunned, like a deer in headlights. You know, like she couldn't believe that some people actually live like that. That, you know, not everybody has a freaking mansion. Like, that's how stupid you really are. And you wonder why you didn't win the 2016 presidential election. Come on now. We have to get rid of these lobbyists and unions if we're actually going to do anything when it comes to getting the politicians to realize, hey, you know what? It's not about the lobbyists. It's not about the unions. It's about we, the people. Thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Smash that bell to get the notifications. And, excuse me. And leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think on this topic. Let me know, do you guys agree with me? Do you disagree? Do you think unions are still good? Do you think lobbyists are still good to have around? Thank you guys. Peace.